Alright guys, so here we are for some more online races on F1 2013. Remember, if you want to do some races with me in some open lobbies, then follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. So I'm always going to announce when I go online with you guys to race in online lobbies. So follow me on there, and I'm sure the next open lobby will be around very soon. So here we are for some races around Spa and Monza, two of the most iconic tracks on the Formula 1 calendar. And we're starting from 12th place in a Mercedes in pretty much a full lobby. So this is going to be pretty interesting. The run to turn 1 is going to be absolutely hectic. The setup is mainly geared towards straight line speed, and I'll try and gain as many positions as I can off the start. We're going to need to maybe try and avoid some of those first corner crashes if we can. We've already got someone who's disconnected from first place. Raven has now joined the lobby, so from the next race I look forward to engaging in some battles with him. But either way, here we are for Spa, starting in 12th place. We're not starting in 13th. That's going to fix itself once we go away here. Waiting for those 5 red lights to go out now, and away we go here in Spa. Took an age for the lights to go out, but either way, we've actually got off to a really decent start here. We should be able to take that into turn 1 if we can. We're going to hold it round the outside. There's a Williams going slowly. There's cars going absolutely everywhere. This is just an absolute disaster here at turn 1. This is worse than the 2012 Grand Prix where pretty much Romain Grosjean took out all the championship contenders. But either way, we're now up into P6 after that first corner calamity. And now we've got some cars in front of us who are lagging about and getting tangled up. There's a Red Bull that goes spinning off into the gravel there. And we touched a Caterham there, and he continues on. And we got a penalty for that. What? He slowed down. We gave him a touch, and then we get the penalty for that. So we need to come into the pits to serve our drive-through penalty very soon. Somebody has destroyed their vehicle there. So if we could serve this drive-through penalty before a potential safety car comes out, we might be able to save our race here. We go up the inside of that Caterham once again. He's just all over the place. I don't know if he's fit to drive a Formula 1 car. I don't know how he got his super license. But either way, cutting on to the end of the first lap, we've got a few more people who have destroyed their vehicles and are now retiring. So if I can just get into the pits before the safety car comes out, we should be okay. We've already got ourselves up into P3 after starting in 12th place. So that was a really good start there. But unfortunately, that drive-through penalty, for whatever reason, I don't even know how I got that, to be honest. If you know what I did there, then leave it in the comments below, because I'm still bemused as to what that penalty was for. But either way, we rejoin in position 8. Not too bad. There's quite a big gap to the cars in front. We pass our teammate there on the Kemmel Straight into P7 now, and it should be a big flurry of overtakes now to come for the next few laps. We've now caught up to the back of Tremus, and we're going to go up the inside into the first of the Stavolo corners. And there we go, going purple on the previous lap. We've lost connection to Nelly, and now we're up into P4. Now lap 4, we've caught up to the back of LX2 Stone, and he's run wide through the first part of turn 1. He's going to try and hold around the outside. It looks like he might be able to maintain 3rd place at the moment with a bit of use of curves. But now we're going to go side by side up our Rouge now, and we've gone purple on the previous lap. That doesn't matter. We get the move done on the approach to our Rouge. That was absolutely fantastic. Now lap 5, we've got Miss Brilliant coming out of the pits for what was her first and only stop. So she's the effective race leader at the moment, and now our tyres are really starting to go off. We'll be coming in at the end of this lap for a set of prime tyres, which should easily take us to the end of the race. So I've stayed out this extra lap so I can have a bit of clear air for this lap and maybe for the rest of the race, and have fresher tyres for the rest of the race. We get overtaken by the effective race leader there. We'll try and stay in a slipstream there if we can, and maybe gain some time back, and maybe save fuel in the slipstream as well. Maybe be a little bit more efficient with our fuel usage. But either way, cutting to the end of lap 5, we'll be coming in just a few moments time, going around the outside of Miss Brilliant there, but she holds it fairly nicely through the bus stop chicane. And now coming into the pits now for our one and only stop of this race. We should be around the top 5. Our lap times have been fairly good despite the tyres going off in the last few laps. But how's this pit stop from Mercedes? 3.1 seconds, so decent stop there from the Mercedes team. Rejoining on the track. Where are we going to rejoin in terms of positions? It might be line ball between P5 and P4 at the moment. We just get in front of Blackhawk Jam for P4. And now it's going to be a matter of how many cars can we overtake to the run to the finish here. It's only going to be a sprint race of about 5 laps here, so catching up to our teammate now, and into P3 we go, into the podium positions. Next up is Miss Brilliant, who was the effective race leader, and then someone else made their pit stop in between this clip and the previous one. So that was pretty much it. We finished in 2nd place. Unfortunately, we really couldn't do too much after we got that drive-through penalty, and everyone else was just maintaining some decent lap time for the rest of the race. And in these short races, you really can't do too much. But anyway, moving on to the next race. Here we are in Monza for another race. This is straight after the Spa race. Now we're starting in P1. This is just a random grid, so the game is clearly favoring me today. But as you guys know, turn 1 at Monza in position 1 is probably the worst place you want to be coming into a sprint mode race. So we're just going to pull off to the left and completely avoid that turn 1 incident altogether. Let's just pull off to the side, try and avoid that crash, and then we'll see how we go from there. So we've got a full lobby here, so it's going to be pretty tough to overtake all the cars in front, but it's better than getting taken out and then potentially getting a penalty. Now let's look at how many cars or how many crashes there are at turn 1. I've already seen about 4 or 5 cars here. Tremas there rejoins onto the track pretty dangerously. He might have a penalty after that. But either way, we've rejoined, well, we've pretty much started this race now in P12 as we get in front of that Lotus. So there we go. Probably would have been a better scenario than being taken out at turn 1, that's for sure. But either way, coming into this middle sector now, we've got a few more cars just going off absolutely everywhere. And now we're up into P10 with potentially P9 as one of the Mercedes there goes off into the grass. So next up is Samster BRFC. We'll try and pass him as soon as we can. The Lotus or a Caterham there gets some oversteer, and we're going to slip past him if we can. Job done into P7. So we've pretty much cut through half the field in half a lap. So that's pretty impressive. But we got the inside of Samster, and we get hit up the arse by the Caterham there. And for the 2nd time in a row, we've been given grief there by a Caterham. So we need to come back and try and repass those cars that overtook us as we were taking our trip through the kitty litter. But either way, lap 2 now, we've put up to the back of Samster BRFC, and we might be able to overtake him. He goes wide and then sort of levitates, and now he's back in front of us there. So he's done some kind of Houdini trick and rejoined in front of us. So that was absolutely crazy. We lock up into the 2nd Lesmo there, and that's lost us quite a bit of time now. As we now cut to lap 4, we can see the Lotus and the Force India getting side by side there. We try and sweep around the outside into P7. He just leaves us enough room there, and we squeeze into P6 there. So now lap 4, we've got up to the back of Poms for the win, 87, and he's had a poor run through the Ascari chicane. We're going to use the slipstream to slip past him, and there we go, job done into P5. We'll try and make up some more positions as we head towards our first pit stop now on lap 6. We've got TRL Button right in front of us, and yeah, we'll be coming in for a set of primes now in just a couple corners time now. We get a better run through Ascari than TRL Button there, and we overtake him around the outside, just like we did to Poms for the win a couple of laps ago. And we'll be coming in just a few moments time now. Get a nice run through Parabolica, and the gravel there is still there on F1 2013. It's not going to be there for the 2014 game, as a Red Bull there just goes completely into the pit wall and then lags right in front of us. I have no idea what was going on there, but either way, we'll be coming in for our stop now, and it should be a fairly quick one. Hopefully another sub 3 second pit stop if we can. 3.0, so very good there from Marussia. And rejoining on the track, we should be around the top 5. We're going to use up a little bit of curves to maintain our spot if we can, and it looks like we're fairly safe in P4 at the moment. So I think we're effectively 3rd, maybe even 2nd. We'll have to wait and see and wait till all the other runners have made their pit stops. But either way, we're trying to overtake LX2 Stone now, and we get a bit of oversteer there as we try and overtake him. What turns to be around the outside now for turn 3, and there we go. We're going to try and hold around the outside now into this chicane, and we leave him room on the inside, and there we go, job done. That was a fantastic overtake into P3. Now lap 7, we've got a few more cars coming into the pits for their stops. We've got TRL Button in front of us in P2. He made his stop as well, and now we're just setting purple lap times for the fun of it. And now final lap, we're coming across the line now. We've won this race after starting in first, going back down to last, and then coming back through the field after being hit off. We've managed to win in a Marussia, and there we go, winning by 10 seconds over ACR Raven. I think it was a fairly good race in the end. But yeah, that's been this video for today. If you want to race with me in the future on online lobbies, then follow me on Twitter. I'll leave a link to my account in the description, so you can go follow me on there. I'll always announce when I go online on F1 2013. I'll hopefully be doing some PC lobbies and PS3 lobbies as well in the future. Also, apologies for the mic quality. I think I got the wrong setting for this video, but either way, it'll be fixed for the next one. But until then, I'll see you next time.